Yo, people, it's your boy Major, and as always, I'm with my brother Ace, and welcome to another episode of Two Up Front. Ace, what you telling me, bro?
Yo, my brother. Hey, man, I've been better. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's been a rough few days. Life, man. You go from the highs of highs to the lowest of lows, man. But hey, what can we do? That's the life of being a football fan, man. But I can't complain. We good. We good. How you doing, my guy?
Hey, bro, you know how it goes, man. Blessed and highly favored as always, man. But yeah, the club season's officially finished now. So yeah, we're gonna obviously review the Champions League final. Then we can speak about some transfers and just some of the things that are starting to creep up as regards to reports with different teams and players. And then of course we've got to talk about the World Cup as well. So we will move on to that. And yeah, we'll have a discussion about the World Cup, which starts next week. And yeah, what your thoughts are, predictions, etc. But yeah, man, before we get into all of that, please make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you've not subscribed. And yeah, man, let us know what you think. Leave your comments below, interact, all of that stuff. But Ace, there's only one place to start, man. Of course, Arsenal, they've had a terrific season. Premier League champions, champions of England, and you were in the final of the Champions League as well. You were facing PSG, and yeah, we know how that finished. 1-1 and losing on penalties eventually. Yeah, man. Like, what are your thoughts? How do you feel? I think you've already given an indicator, but yeah, just I'm gonna give the floor to you. Yeah, tell me how you feel. Tell me what your thoughts were on the matches, and we'll just take it from there.
I appreciate that, man. I think on the match itself, I'm probably gonna lean on you a bit in terms of maybe a bit more of the details because my cousin was getting married, so it was that day was crazy. So there's a wedding going on. I'm going up and down trying to help do stuff while keeping an eye on my iPad at the back of the hook. I had to make sure I was set up. I said I can't miss this game. So yeah, bro, don't worry, man. I caught as the max. I caught as much as I possibly could catch. So, but so that was an interesting kind of occasion. But yeah, to kind of start with how I feel, it's an interesting one, man. I feel like it's that thing of kind of had probably a week plus celebrating the league, so happy, 22 years, finally win the Premier League again. And then you're like, okay, after the league is done, then you're like, oh, now we have the potential to do something historic, something that the club has never done. I'm looking at the players, looking at where we are staying with the confidence of just winning, really rating my players, rating my manager, just in general, just thinking PSG, the best team in the world. They've shown it already. That's why they're the current holders. But on a one-off game in a final, there's no reason why we can't beat them. So I was quite optimistic, while also kind of understanding that it also wouldn't be crazy for to assume that this PSG team would beat us. So, but yeah, I feel like we can kind of get into it. But I think how it played out, it probably played out in the most painful way possible from our perspective, just in terms of just getting so close and then it just not being enough in the end, man. But so yeah, so I think that's the excitement of winning the league, and then obviously you have the low of obviously the result of the Champions League, and obviously because I'm at the wedding as well, there was no PSG fans, none Arsenal fans, bro. These lot were celebrating like their teams won the league, bro.
Oh,
They won the Champions League, bro.
It was all
towards
ups.
the end, bro. Towards the end, yeah, because the wedding was winding down, so literally we had two groups of people watching it, one on a phone, one on my iPad in the back, just a bunch of people behind both screens. Non-Arsenal fans celebrating every PSG goal. Arsenal fans celebrating every Arsenal goal. It was crazy, bro. It was
so
crazy.
two sections.
So it was a crazy way to kind of experience it. And then just at the end, just the obviously non-Arsenal fans, the Chelsea fans especially, just having the time of their lives, man. So that was a demoralizing kind of end to the day. And obviously just put the knife in the wound just a little bit more. But that being said, man, I think from just what I was able to catch of the game and just what I've been able to kind of see afterwards as well when it comes to highlights and seeing the game in a bit more detail, I would say that maybe a good place to start actually, because I know before going into the game we said that Arteta had a lot of very big decisions to make. You understand? We said, there was a Havertz or Gyökeres. He went for Havertz. We're getting to there was what's he gonna do? I was thinking, is it Martinelli or Trossard? He went for Trossard. Was it Eze or Odegaard? He went for Odegaard. What was he gonna do with the right back position? He went for Mascara. What was he gonna do left back position? He went in Capie. So all of those.
MLS
And
Zubimendi as well.
MLS Zubimendi. So I felt like just to kind of touch on those very quickly. I would definitely say Hincapié wasn't shocking. Seeing how the game kind of played out, I wouldn't be shocked if this Calafiori guy is even injured again, which is why he didn't come on. I'm sure maybe the game state too, but that's one that we can touch on later on when we get into like transfers and the landscape of football. I don't know if you saw earlier today that there's a lot of like Real Madrid links now that apparently they're looking at Calafiori as a potential player. So so I wasn't too mad at the Hincapié one. MLS, very happy that Arteta was brave in there and didn't revert back to just experience and say Zubimendi, right decision. He played, and from what I've heard and what I saw, I think he did amazing, man. Like, I think just that this little 19-year-old just holding his own physically, technically in this kind of game. Very proud of his performance. Odegaard, Eze, I heard Odegaard wasn't good at all. You can fill me in a bit more about that. But Eze, we'll talk about him too, man. Very disappointing cameo from him also. So, understand those are our two options. Left wing, Trossard, from Trossard, I'll go Havertz first. I think Havertz, I think I said it before the game, big game player. I kind of felt like Arteta was going to go for him because I think he just trusts him more technically and just what he brings, in just how he is as a footballer. And I think he paid him back, man, because the goal that we score like 6 minutes into the game, very fortunate for the ball to break away from him, but I think he still had a lot to do. Ran down the goalkeeper, great finish, and you know what? Fair play for all the BCM
finish,
all the big chance miss. This guy misses. Yeah, man. This is 0 point. I don't know what. I know the XG was tiny on that, but to squeeze that into the roof. So fair play to him, man. I think he's a player that I think can come out of this game with his head held very high. I think Trossard, from how I heard the game went, and you can fill me in, maybe this way I might hand it over to you, is I heard that it was a defensive masterclass from Arsenal. And my cousin who was watching more of it said that he felt like before the penalty that Mascara unfortunately gives away, PSG just also didn't look like he was actually quite confident that we were actually containing them because they were starting to run out of ideas. So from a defensive perspective, it felt like we played really well. Once we got that early goal, we decided we're going to take this 1-0. Now, that's how we're trying to win this game and maybe attack where we can. But on the flip side of it, from what I saw also and what I heard, it also felt like we maybe went too far in trying to be defensive and we didn't offer enough going the other way as well. And that's where I look at the decision of someone like Trossard. Because I was saying in this game that I'm happy he made other decisions, but I really, for all his limitations that Martinelli has as a footballer, I still feel like if you are going to go for this tactic of being super defensive and being super resolute, then you need to have someone going the other way that can at least offer some threat when it comes to some pace or a ball over the top. And I feel like that was probably the biggest mistake in the lineup because overall, I think I can't really complain about anything else. But that's probably the move that I felt before the game Arteta wouldn't make, but I think it would have been the right one to make, and he didn't make it. And after seeing everything I saw, I think that could have been a move that also would have played in our hands better, just based on how the game ended up being and just how we ended up approaching it. So that was disappointing, but I think I have to also give a big shout out to the defenders, man. I heard that unfortunately, obviously for Gabriel in the end being the guy that misses the penalty, but I heard that him and Saliba were monumental. Like, I heard that they were amazing in this game. I heard Gabriel especially was really good. Like defensively, we just didn't give them much. We were really good, but it just felt like when we then got the ball, we just didn't have the kind of technical ability or the game plan to also like create or hurt PSG enough to also give us an opportunity to maybe build on that 1-goal lead. And obviously, I think towards the end, we're holding on. We take it to penalties, and then unfortunately, obviously, from our perspective, it doesn't go in our favor, and PSG win. And I don't know. I was meant to look into this before the stream, but what's the how many teams have retained the Champions League before? Because I know it's not a very common thing to do.
In the Champions League format, it's only Madrid who three-peated and now PSG.
Okay.
Yeah, in that format.
In that format.
But when it was the European Cup, then others. But just in the Champions League format, then just Real Madrid and PSG.
So fair enough. So still a massive achievement for PSG to pull that off and be able to retain it. But from our perspective, yeah, man, it was definitely a very demoralizing kind of end to the day, demoralizing next few days. I think as time has gone on and I've had a bit more time to just like reflect and think about it, still have to really be happy about the fact that our main target this season was the Premier League. And getting that over the line was the main thing. And losing on penalties to this PSG team is not the end of the world. So I feel like it's overall in a very good place. It's now just going into this summer now, us making the right moves to make sure that in the next 2-3 years, because you can't guarantee that next year you're going to now be in the final again, but we now need to be in these conversations almost every year now until we get over the line. So this needs to be the era that we eventually do win it. Since it wasn't unfortunate, it wasn't this occasion for us. But yeah, that's kind of like my overall kind of thoughts and feelings on the game. But yeah, you can fill me in on I guess your perspective, bro.
Yeah, nah, I think that is interesting because I remember before the game, I think you had said that like you'd heard some people talking about this game with the perspective of PSG basically just wiping the floor of Arsenal, which I found crazy that anyone could. This was always going to be a close game. I don't know how anyone thought that that wouldn't be the case. Like, I think if you've seen Arsenal's defense, you've seen PSG's attack. Like, again, it's a typical styles make fights encounter. And I think even throughout the whole season, I don't think Arsenal have lost the match by more than 2 goals.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened. Like, so yeah, like I don't know what people were expecting. Like, I think that was like, yeah, surprising that that was even like a consideration. It was never going to be that. I think, yeah, you spoke on like some of the decisions that needed to be made. Like, I think I said I would have went with Havertz. I think you also said that you were going back and forth with it, but you would also have ended up going with Havertz. And yeah, man, like obviously massive moment for him. I'll speak about that a little bit later. I think MLS, that was the right decision. Yeah, like, and I think, yeah, and he done well in there. I think Odegaard, I think he was gonna start Odegaard. Yeah, just because of like obviously the off the ball factor there, and then also he's your captain as well. So yeah, and then yeah, he went with Hincapié, and then obviously Mascara. And yeah, man, like I think Arsenal, they got that early goal, and it was again a bit fortuitous as regards to how it fell to Havertz, but from there it was brilliant. Like, yeah, like his composure. I think he was looking to see if there was an option. Then he saw that nothing was kind of on as regards to a pass. So he said, all right, cool, it's on me. And he just said, all right, I'm slapping this.
Yeah.
I'm slapping this. And yeah, and it was a brilliant, brilliant finish. And I think Arsenal started the match like very like, you were very aggressive, like you were compact, you were aggressive as regards to like your defending, like very just purposeful with all of your actions, what you were doing. Like there was just no space like for PSG to operate. Like, and then as the match continued to go on, yeah, man, like PSG dominated the ball. But I'm not gonna lie, I thought you had it, you know.
Really?
Like, I genuinely thought you had it because I was looking at it, I was just like, bro, like, PSG, they're just not getting any change. Like, they're not getting any change. Like, even Kvaratskhelia, who he's been brilliant this season, but he's not able to get any change. Doué's not getting any change. Like, Dembele's not getting any change. And there's a point where it's like Enrique, he's rotating all over the place, where it's like all of the attackers are going to one side, and like, yeah, they're trying different things, but there's just not much. Like Arsenal, they were just, bro, this was prime Mourinho, like
fucking like, every bus,
bro. Like, did you get me? And I'm not even saying that to be like in a critical way. I'm just saying it was so like Arteta had drilled them. Like it was so even the doubling up, like Saka's doubling up, Trossard's doubling up. Like I think that also partially contributed to what you were saying as regards to your attacking. Because I think obviously we know that Arsenal, they do have a weakness in attack, both I think personnel wise, but also systematically and tactically. Like it's not been your strength this season. But I think also what contributed is that you were exhausting so much defensively. Like, yeah, whereas it's like when it was even time, like I think that may have even played the part as regards to like you not being like as accurate as you needed to be, or as like cutthroat as you needed to be. But yeah, man, like I was thinking, I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, PSG, This is looking like a
Cause I
1-0 to
remember,
the
because you know what's so
Arsenal.
funny? You know what's so funny? Because I remember even during that, obviously the wedding and stuff, like like other cousins were screaming like 70 Arsenal only have 25% possession, and they were screaming about it. My other cousin was like, "Nah, man, like PSG are not doing anything." So it was interesting to obviously see it afterwards, like how people actually felt about I guess how the game was going.
Like, they possession wise, they were dominating the game. Like I think again, I saw a stat. I think it was from Opta that like since they started recording it, this is the lowest possession the teams had in the Champions League final. And I think the other one was the 06 Barca one. But of course, with the 06 Barca one, Lehmann got sent off. So you were playing with 10 men with the majority of the match. So there was an excuse. And even with that as well, like you still had chances there. And I think that's probably where Arsenal, like, I think Arteta, you thrived at something this season, and he knows you thrived at something this season as regards to just being an incredible defensive unit. This isn't the game that Arteta was ever gonna now say, you know what, let's try something different. Like, do you get me? It was always gonna be, let's do what we're good at and let's see if we can nick a goal. And I think you nicked a goal. I think the only thing I'll say is that I think maybe when you nicked a goal, I think there was an element of like, you know what, we've got a lead now, so let's just defend it. Like we back ourselves to shut them out. And I think, if you did have a little bit of more of a threat going forward, because I think that's what I'll say about Arsenal. They're not a really great or like really good counter-attacking team. Like you're not, you don't excel in the transition. And I think that's probably something that you need to get better at. Because I feel like, especially when you have that type of game plan, like ideally that's what you need and you want. It's like, cool, soak up pressure, and then bang. Like, do you get me? And I think, like you're just not really a great transitional team. Don't get it twisted. Arsenal, better team than United. But I think that's one thing we're good at.
100%.
Like,
that's how you guys have punished us in the past.
That's one thing we're good at. It's like, cool, bro. Yeah, we can go from here to here like that quickly, direct. And I think Arsenal, they're not the greatest transitional team. And I think it would have been good to have a transitional threat there, because I think it takes so much concentration to remain disciplined. And I think, eventually what happened was that, again, is a moments thing. I think you got the moment with Havertz, and then the other moment in the 90 minutes was literally Kvaratskhelia, Dembele have a give and go, and Mosquera, who done so well.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny, bro? Well, my cousin was literally like, I was like, how's Mosquera doing? He's like, oh, he's had a good game, bro. Literally, he said he's had a good game, and then the 1-2 happened. He got to give away the
penalty,
bro. We both looked at each other like,
well. What? He had done so well, literally. Like because that was the main concern. Even from before, I remember even weeks before, I think I was like, if Ben White plays, he's in trouble. Like, and then obviously Ben White got injured, and it was Mosquera, and it's like, if Mosquera plays,
he's in bigger trouble.
he's also in trouble. It's like, you like need timber. You need timber. And he done very well, like up until that point, but it was literally just one moment of quality, bang, bang. Like he didn't know where he was, panicked, rash, boom. And that's all it took. And then obviously Dembele slots away the penalty. Then from there, like PSG, they're continuing to dominate the ball. Like as the game goes on, like right towards the end, you have like Vitinha, who the ball gets laid off the edge of the box and has a good effort, and it just goes over the top. And then like there was Barcola as well, running towards right at the end. Transition is rash. So it's like the game got a little bit more stretched. Even before that as well, I never mentioned, but Havertz had like another opening. I think I saw the highlight. Where he's you're able to work it, and it's like, I feel like he should have done better there. Like, obviously they come in and I think they're able to get the block in, but I still feel like that was a good, in a game of few openings. I think all of those openings, we
needed that
even more. So I think it was one of them ones. But I think Arsenal, it was literally just your cliche defense versus attack, but PSG just weren't able to break. This is where it's like, you know, when you talk about like that great Barcelona team, like as good as PSG are, they're not Barcelona, and you don't have a Messi. Like, do you get me? For as good, where it's just like, yeah, like just they've got players, don't get me wrong, that can create magic and create something out of nothing. But like when you've got a Messi, it's just a game changer, because it's like he's just gonna delete.
Because that Barcelona team, you can defend like that and they'll still just cut you off.
Yeah, it will just delete 5 man. He will mess up your whole game plan. So I feel like it was one of them ones where it's just that, yeah, PSG, they'll probe him, but they weren't really able to have much luck. So yeah, man, like I think obviously it gets to penalties. There was a lot said as regards to like Gabriel taking a penalty, and then obviously Eze's miss as well. I don't know. I think it's one of them ones where it's like, I think typically I would say Gabriel shouldn't be taking a penalty. Like typically, it normally would be one of your attackers that would take a penalty, Madueke, or even like a Zubimendi midfielder who's, you know, you're used to getting on the ball, etc. Like that would normally be your forte. But obviously there can be exceptions. For example, with United, if we're in a penalty shootout and Harry Maguire's on the pitch, I'm very happy for Harry Maguire to be one of the 5. Because he slaps them. Like, do you get me? Bro, he slaps them. Like, I have no. So if he took one and he missed one, I'm not gonna say why is Harry Maguire taking a penalty, because he's good at them. Like, do you get me? So I don't know if like in training there's like Gabriel slotting.
Major, I think I lost you. Let's see, we're ready to come back. 1 second. Sure. Maybe from the screen, Major. Come back when you're when you're back. But yeah, I guess we'll continue with the penalty talk when you come back. But yeah, I guess continuing what Major was saying while he returns is that, yeah, I think there are also some like centre backs I think are known for their penalty like taking prowess. Like I remember someone like a David Luiz. Like, he's the kind of centre back that I remember when he'd be on the pitch for Arsenal too, I would have no issue at all with him taking the penalty. But like Gabriel, yeah, I wasn't the most confident when he stood up, if I'm being honest, just because of how he is as a person in general. That he is quite rash and he is like not the cleanest kind of like strike of the ball in general. But again, I have to also say that you probably should be the player that is the most like confident in that position. I'm not gonna be too critical of the attackers if you're not feeling confident, because now if you go up and then you miss, because I'll say even someone like Eze, who maybe has the pressure of being an attacker and has to go up and take the penalty, I was very disappointed with his penalty, man, because he just looked like that nonchalant kind of character, personality is all good when he scored, but when you miss, it's so jarring, man. Because it's like, bro, like didn't do a proper run up, you then dragged the shot, like, and it just looks so like lackadaisical, like. So yeah, man. So I feel like that's a good example of an attacker that probably wasn't the most confident or ready to step up for it, but he went up for it anyway. Yo, Major.
Yo, Ross, sorry.
No, that's all good, man.
Just dropped out.
No, that's all good. So as you were saying in there, I'm talking a bit about the Eze one, but I'll go back over it after. But yeah, you're saying about the centre backs.
Yeah, like I'm not exactly sure as regards to what Gabriel had been doing in training, whether he'd been slotting them away or like it was something data based, or like they'd seen that he'd been taking penalties well. But typically, of course, yeah, you wouldn't expect Gabriel to step up. Not from a personality standpoint. I think from a personality standpoint, it makes sense. He's a big character. He's not going to shy away. But yeah, obviously, just looking at it from like a technical standpoint, you would expect like your attacker to go first. But yeah,
kind of add on to what I was even saying before was like I feel like also too sometimes you need a play that's more confident regardless of position as well. Because I would even say maybe like Eze is probably an example of an attacker that has the pressure to go up and take the penalty, but he just didn't even look that comfortable. And I was just also going a little around of just like Eze's like his demeanor in general just made his penalty miss just more annoying. Because it's like the lack of the run up, the like the chill attitude. It's like when you miss, yeah, it's so jarring. But
did you see the clip? I think it was Mitchell at Palace. Before like I think Eze had missed the penalty. And Mitchell, he's telling him, he's like, bro, you need to stop taking them like that.
Swear.
Yeah. It's a clip. It went viral. Yeah, it was legend. He was laughing. Yeah, it was like, bro, you need to stop taking them like that.
That's mad. Yeah, man. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm sure he won't take it like that again, innit? So that was just to add on to your point where, like, because I know there's a lot of like criticism on like the attackers like Madueke, and I think maybe like someone like Zubimendi they didn't take it, but someone like Zubimendi, I hear it personal character wise. If you're not feeling it to take it, Madueke, you're not feeling to take it. Like it's when the player now takes it and then misses, no one is gonna have any. I'd rather if you know you're not feeling confident, you don't step up. I was like, regardless of that, the pressure of your position. But yeah, and I would also say too, like even when it comes to like subs, this is also where I also feel like we should have got a little bit of a better balance when it came to like the runners and the technical ability. Because I also felt like when the game was going on, it then felt like we went from like all technical ability to just all runners. When I tried to them from like Eze, Madueke, Martinelli, and then it just felt like now we don't even have the person to really even give them these passes. Like, and now you have
Eze should be able to do that.
He should be, but like he was getting the ball and losing it as well. Like he just
Eze should be able to
he should be,
because I also felt like there was a point as well where like there was a point where I felt like there was an opportunity where PSG they were taking off their big and I thought, you know what, there could be something there for Arsenal now, you know, like you can hit them. So I feel like, yeah, man, like I just think ultimately I feel like PSG deserve to win. I think Arsenal they put on a great defensive performance, but I felt like, yeah, like PSG they have been the best team in Europe, and I feel like, yeah, they did like completely dominate the ball as well. And I just think Arsenal probably needed a bit more of a threat going the other way. And I feel like that's where, and I said this before the final. I said, regardless of what happens, and I told you, and it's so funny as well because I've been seeing like some Arsenal fans and they're getting really rattled and stuff like that. And I was just like, bro, you lot need to get better at this, because first and foremost, I remember when we were having the shit, I told you, I was like, bro, Arsenal have had a successful season regardless of what happens. I said, if Arsenal win the Champions League as well, it'll turn into an otherworldly season. I think that was the exact word that I used. I said it will be otherworldly, but it's going to be successful regardless. And if you lose, then you should know what people are going to do. You lot just got to cool off and just be happy and whatever. But I'll still seeing people fall for the bait. And I was just like, bro, why aren't they gonna do it when you lot are
it's true.
I was like, you lot are still falling for the bait. I was like, that's always gonna happen. Like, do you get me? And I think there's an element as well where it's just like you have to get, you're good, like so you're just gonna get hated on. Like, do you get me? So it's like, yeah, you know, even when people say stuff like, oh, like, I think there was a tweet from like the Palace account and they put like European champion.
See, Chelsea.
Chelsea. But you know what? It's Chelsea you expect it. You know, I respect it. That was cheeky as well.
Yeah, it was super cheeky, bro.
But it's like, but you know what it is? It's one of them ones where it's just like, I feel like you've just got to embrace it, man. Like, do you get me? It's just one of them ones. Like, I remember even talking about Chelsea when that Chelsea Mourinho team came into the Premier League, and it was like it was all like the boring Chelsea and this and that and whatever, blah blah blah. Like, they just embraced being the villains. Like, they just said, "All right, we're the villains." Like, I remember even 2014 when the whole Gerrard slip thing happened. It's like, bro, Chelsea weren't gonna win the title. The way Mourinho was celebrating, like, with the, he just wanted to spoil the party, like, because they just embraced that we're just the villains. Like, that's just who we are. That's our art. That's what we do. And I think they just embraced it. And I feel like the better you are, like, you're gonna just realize that, yeah, man, that people are just gonna come for you, and you just gotta just say, all right, bring it on. Like, do you get me? It is what it is, because it's like, that's what's gonna happen. I told you, when I remember when I was living in Birmingham, and it's like, obviously I knew a couple Blues fans, and I remember one time United lost, and then one of my mates who's a Blues fan, he was like, yes. I was like, what did we do to you? I said, we're not your ops. I said Villa down the road. I was just like, bro, we're not your ops. He's just like, I just hate United, man. I said fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And if you see the United fan base, we're just like, yeah, man, Fergie ruined everyone's childhoods. Like, they hate us. It is what it is. And then we've got the whole hated, adored, never ignored. Like, it's our slogan. We just embrace it. We're just like, nobody likes us. We don't like you either. It's just, it is cool. And I feel like it's just one of them ones where the more, especially when like the football you've played hasn't been like this electric free flowing attacking football, whatever the case may be, like you're just gonna get it even more. And I think it's just one of them ones where it's like yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans, I think they've never seen Arsenal at the top yet. So like now you're champions. Like, there's gonna be a lot of new energy.
People are seeing. You know what it is? I think when you're buying it's okay, they're just clowning us. I think what this show too is that the bar is just gonna change. So what you're telling me is that
you thought when you're good, everything will stop.
That's what you thought. So I hear it. I think we just need to get used to that. Okay. So the bar will just change.
Cool. Like, do you get me? So it's just what it is. Like, do you get me? So but like Arsenal have had whatever anyone says again, like obviously people can have bants, laughter, or whatever, blah blah blah. And obviously, like I think there's a time and place for that. But Arsenal have had a brilliant season. Like if it was always, I think the Champions League is hugely significant. And of course, I know Arsenal fans, they would have absolutely loved to win it. But also, if I'm being honest, with the league, I feel like Arsenal deserve to win the league, and not even just for this season. I just think, just these 4 seasons, I feel like Arsenal deserved it. Like, do you get me? Like, I feel like they deserved it. There's some people saying that they didn't, or whatever, PGMOL or whatever, blah blah blah. I genuinely feel, I think Arsenal deserved to win the league. I feel like with the champs, I still think you're a bit short. You're not. I feel like you're a bit short, and it's crazy because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, when you look at teams who have won the league and the Champions League in the same season, like in this, since it's been the Champions League, like in England, it's only United and City that have ever done it, and United have done it twice. We done it obviously 99 with the treble winning team, and then we done it 07, 08 with obviously Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, like that great team. And then obviously City done it with the treble winning team. And it's like those teams are like great teams. Like the nucleus of the 99 team, like they won 3 in a row as well. The nucleus of the 07, 08 team won 3 in a row. The nucleus of the treble winning team, a lot of those players, they were the same players that won 4 in a row. Like, so they're like great teams. I think this Arsenal team, they've got a great defense and you've got some great pieces, but I still feel like you're still evolving. Like, you still need to, personnel-wise and tactically, evolve, especially in those attacking areas. So I feel like, and what's crazy about all of this is that you still almost pulled it off.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy. All of that being said, you still almost done it. Like,
I know.
So you would have
like
beaten all the odds. Like, because because I was looking, I was like, this isn't a Premier League and Champions League winning side in the same season. Yeah. Because you don't need to be a great team to win the Champions League. Like the Chelsea team that won it, like they finished out what I think the first time they finished, I think it was 6th in the league.
I think so.
For 6th. And yeah, like the 2021 team as well. That wasn't a great team. Liverpool in 2005 wasn't a great team. So you don't need to be a great win. Like you can have a good run, you can have just special results on the night, whatever the case may be. But I think to win the league and the Champions League in the same season, I've never seen a team that isn't great do it. So this would have been the first time where I've seen it. I'll look at the attack and I'll just be like, bro.
I don't know how we pulled that off.
True. So I felt like if you pulled it off, I would have been like, bro, like that is crazy. Like, do you get me? So I think that's where I think with the league, like you deserved it. You've been going on and on and on. And I think even like again with the Champions League, Arteta, he's done a great job in making you so much more respectable in Europe. I think long are the days of the Bayern results and like people laughing at Arsenal in Europe. I think anyone like who gets Arsenal in Europe now, they know, okay.
It's a tough time.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it. I think that's what made it really disappointing as well. Because like you have like, okay, obviously we had like the favorable run after the group stages, and then you get to the final, and you're like, who knows when this is gonna happen again? And I think to add on to your point about PSG, they also, I think we spoke about even when like they were on a crazy, like just that crazy side relative to obviously us and Barcelona's side, which is like cool. We're gonna make it to the finals, either us or Barcelona most likely. But the team that made it to the final and the other team had to battle through some giants to make it through there. And fair enough, to fair play to PSG, they battled through those giants and they got to the final, and they also did what they needed to go over the line. So can't even be mad at it, man.
Mad at that run, and I think they done the same last year as well. Like, I think last year they had Liverpool in around the 16. They had Villa in the quarterfinals. They had Arsenal in the semi-finals, and they beat Inter Milan in the final. Then this year they had Chelsea in the last 16. They had Liverpool in the quarterfinals. They had Bayern in the semi-finals, and then they beat Arsenal in the final. So it's like, and I think that's the thing. Is like, I think PSG, like, they look at it and they just like, bro, we're just better than you guys. Like, that's how we feel, whatever the case. And yeah, like, I think this Arsenal team, like, I think, yeah, man, you've got such a great foundation. Like, I think you've got so much to work with. Like, and I think there's a lot to build on. But yeah, and I think Arteta, again, he's done great. Quarterfinal, semi-final, and then that's why I said if he pulled it off in his third year in Europe, that sounds like it would have been an anomaly. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like it felt premature. That's why I was like, these man might actually do it, bro. Like, I was just like, that is crazy, because it just felt premature. Whereas with the league, it didn't feel premature. It felt like, these men have been battling and grinding, and whilst other people have had mad fluctuations, they've been consistent throughout these 4 years. Like, so it's like, yeah, they deserve the league. Whereas I feel like with the Champions League, I think you've got, because more often than not, I remember even you say more often than not, the favorites win. Like, do you get me? And I feel like you just need a few more game changes. And we're even talking about the league, and we're saying, like, forget even player of the season, but team of the season wise, it's like it's so rare to look at a team and it's like none of the attackers, none of the attackers should be there, which is that's so weird. And I feel like that has got to, for you to be great, that's got to change. That's got to change. Like, you've got to evolve in that department. But yeah, like, I think again, credit has to go to Arteta, because again, he almost pulled it off. Because I would have literally stood there. How did you do that? Bruh, like, yeah, mad. So yeah, man, I feel like, and a lot of the time as well with the Champions League, like, a lot of the time you've got to go through heartbreak a lot of the time.
Yeah, like, I've seen that as well.
I think that Chelsea team, obviously, I remember that 2008 final. I felt like United deserved to win the Champions League, and I feel like we were a great team. But also, like, if Chelsea had won it, I don't think no one could say that they didn't deserve it, because they could have won that final. Like, they had the opportunities to win that final. Like, there was times I was very nervous. Like, do you get me? It's like they hit the bar. Like, it could have been different. Like, but yeah, thankfully we were able to pull it off. But it was literally just a John Terry slip. Like, do you get me? And then boom. Like, I think it was just one of those things where it just seemed like written for us, where it was like Ronaldo, who had the incredible season, 42 goals, etc. He's the one that scored in the final for us, and then he's the one that misses the penalty, like the only one of our players that misses the penalty, and he's been the star guy throughout the whole campaign. And I'm looking at it, and we're like, I remember me and my dad were like, I can't believe it's Ronaldo. Man. Like, of all players, like the guy that's been, do you get me? And I was like, this isn't fair, man. Like, because you know how it is as well. Football's a game of margins. That's what's gonna now be the story. Like, do you get me? Where it's like Ronaldo, and then boom, instead, John Terry slips, misses. Van der Sar goes on to save Anelka's penalty. We win the Champions League. Ronaldo is now again the hero again. United are brilliant. Like, everything goes back in swings again, and it's just like, oh, mad. And then obviously I remember the Chelsea it should have been United and Chelsea back-to-back Champions League finals. If this was in the VAR era, there's no way that one of those penalties with Chelsea versus Barca don't get given, because especially I remember watching that match, and I'm not a Chelsea fan. Yeah, bro, I could have, because they had like 4 shouts, the one which was so bad, I'll never forget, was the PK handball. It was so, and you know how it was so bad, because normally handball is one of the most controversial decisions where people will say, "Oh, that's a handball. No, that's not a handball. Oh no, it was this." Bro, this is as handball can be, bro. Like there's no controversy around this, bro. Like, bro played basketball in the box. I couldn't barely. So that happened, and it's like they got bumped, and then Barca go on to win the Champions League there, and it felt like that Chelsea thing. So that's why in that Bayern final they got moved to, but I couldn't begrudge them winning it, because I just felt like, what, that team,
the football gods owed them.
Yeah, like, it was like they'd gotten old, but they'd mashed so much work, and it just hadn't fallen for them. Where it was just like, it just felt like it was just their time. Like, do you get me? And then even City as well. Like, I remember every year I'll go into it hoping they get knocked out, and it was always delivering. And I remember that Chelsea City final, and I know a lot of the Arsenal fans, they wanted City to win. When we watched that together, I think we were even in Leicester.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of the Arsenal fans, they wanted City to win, whereas the United fans, we wanted Chelsea to win, bro. I didn't want City to touch that trophy. So when Havertz scored for Chelsea, I was like, yes. And then, but also there was a feeling that, bro, these lot just keep on. They got to the semi-final again. Real Madrid carried on bailing us out. They beat them, but it's just like these guys keep coming back and back and back and back. And it did start to feel like only a matter of time, because they're a great team. Like, that's the thing. Like, they've got great players. They're a great team, and it's like, it just feels like only a matter of time before they actually do get this over the line, which they eventually did. So I feel like it's one of them ones where it's like, I think you guys, like, you've built, like, again, Arteta knows how to manage these European times, where even when you're looking at next year, I do think that it will be very unlikely that you get the draw that you got this year. But I feel like he's shown that he knows how to navigate these European times. I think it's just one of them ones you just now need to maybe evolve a little bit as regards to tactically your attack, like how you play. And yeah, like you'll grow. Like, I think you just need to grow a bit. But yeah, I felt like it was the right result. It was unfortunate for Gabriel, but I feel like it's been a super successful season for Arsenal. And I've seen a lot of things of like the parade. Again, you lot were just biting like so hard.
I know. I just stayed off social media.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just like, not looking at anything.
You lot just, you know what it is as well, yeah. I feel like naturally there would be like a little bit. I don't know how you felt, but I remember like 09 and 011. I've been in your situation twice where we won the league and then we lost the Champions League. And both times, like, of course, I was still really happy that we won the league, but yeah, it did. You just do feel like, oh, it could have been, but it could have been this. And I felt like that in 09, and we had won the Champions League in 08. And I still felt like, we could have went back, but I was still happy. But I think the major difference is that 09 one was the third league in a row. The 011 one was like the fourth in 5 years. This one for you guys is the first in 22 years. So I feel like there would be a natural disappointment. But yeah, man, like, you guys, like, the right thing to do was to just say, look at it from the perspective of, like, you know what, it's really disappointing, but we've had a great season. Let's go celebrate that. Like,
you know what it is, I was actually really happy, because I was a bit worried after how it ended. That I hope this doesn't like mean that maybe the parade doesn't, like, more people don't leave their homes and it's not as thing because of the disappointment. But like, thankfully, like, still low, like, I think 1.5 million people still came out, and it was still like a really good day, like loads of family, everyone's celebrating. But with that being said, it definitely was like more flat than it would have been otherwise. Because I think combined with the fact that you've now won the league for like 10 days at this point, that we've celebrated a few times now at this point, and then the fact that the Champions League is so fresh just the night before, and even a few people I spoke to, because I had this exact same feelings like when you wait after having like a long night the day before, you wake up on the parade day and like, I'm even tired. I'm not even bothered to even go in now. But then I have to remember it's been 22 years. Who knows when this will happen again? You have to go and experience this regardless of how tired you are. So I felt like that kind of culminated in a day where there was still loads of people, but the overall mood and energy, just the energy that was like so high the week before was just, there wasn't as many chants. Like the players looked so like flat. Like, so I think that's kind of how we kind of,
You know what it is? It's one of them ones where it's like, I think a lot of people say, oh, you know what? It would be ideal, obviously, to have the parade like before the champs final, where it's like, everything is still fresh off the high of winning the league. But obviously, that isn't feasible. And like, obviously, in the scenario that you did win the Champions League, then it would have been
dopamine boost.
It would have been an absolute madness. So I just think it's just one of them ones where it just is where it is, man. Like, but
the price of success, or the cost of success, I should say. Like, it's like that's the risk that you take in it.
But, man. But Arsenal have had they've had a brilliant season, man. Like, I think with from me, like, as you know, like with the Premier League, like I didn't want City to win. I preferred Arsenal to win the league over City. And I think even like when I was even like looking at Arsenal winning it, like I was just looking at United and I was just like, I think we had a conversation about it where it's just like, nah, man, we need to be back.
I hear it. I told you, bro. That's my favorite thing from me. I think even going into next year, I'm just so excited now for everyone to just no more celebrating other teams or supporting other teams to win. Everyone needs to come to the table and either win or sharp, man. Either win or sharp. Like, honestly,
bro, you know it is
sharp.
Like, you know it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. Like, do you get me? The shamelessness will always be there. But you could only talk as regards to you. For me, like my main concern again, like I see some of the things like I see like they are funny or whatever, blah blah blah. But you know me, like I'm not like, of course, rivalries are part of football, and I love that part of football. But my main focus is always United. Like, do you get me? Like, like my main focus is always my team. What's happening with my team? Like, how can we improve and etc. And man, like I feel after this season, like I've just looked at United and just thought, bro, we just need to, because time just moves so quickly. It's like, do you get me? It's 2013 seems like the other day, like when we were lifting that league title, and now it's 13 years without a league. Like, you get me? Even Champions League, 18 years since we last won the Champions League, which is crazy. So it's just man, like you just want to be there and competing. But all of that, man, I think that's a good segue, because obviously there's been a lot of talk about transfers. There's been a lot of talking about next season. Obviously, the managerial landscape has changed a bit. Like, we've got Carrick at United, we've got Maresca at City, we've got De Zerbi at Spurs, we've got Areola, who looks like he's going to be at Liverpool. And obviously, we've got Arteta at Arsenal.
Did you say Alonso at Chelsea?
Alonso, did I say it? Oh, well, if I didn't, Alonso at Chelsea, and we got Alonso at Chelsea, of course. So man, like I think there's a lot of change. But we'll start off with just quickly. You just looking at it now. Who are you most afraid of?
Ooh, that's a good question.
As the defending champs.
Yeah, as a defender. Okay, who am I most concerned about trying to snatch my train next season? I think the biggest concern would still have to be City. Because I feel like with City, they're such a well-run club and they still have such good players that Maresca, and I rate Maresca. It's never like Maresca's a manager coming in where I'm just like, oh, I don't rate this guy. Like, this should be food. Like, I think he did a good job at Chelsea. He's a good manager. They have good players. If he platforms them well, there'll be a problem. So I think the obvious threat definitely has to be City. So, but then I guess not looking at the obvious one, if I had to think about like, I think everyone else is kind of more in transition. Who do I think can kind of make the biggest jump to be threatening? And right now, I feel like all the teams still need to do things, like do more things to concern me. But I would probably say, it might be United. You know, it might be United if United rebuild the right. I think every team needs to. I think Liverpool, United, and Chelsea all still need to make moves for it to actually be tangible. But I feel like United are probably the one where, like, if they actually build the midfield in the right way and get names that are just undeniably good players, then they can be a threat that maybe it's not the obvious one, if that makes sense. I'd probably say United is probably the threat that I think, if they make the right moves, like, they can be really threatening from everything I've seen so far. But the obvious one is definitely City. I'd say that's how I'd answer it. Yeah.
No, I think that makes sense. Obviously, there's a lot to happen.
That's the thing. I think all the teams, there's a lot to happen for them. That's the thing. So I feel like manager wise, I think Chelsea probably have the best manager. Who I rate the most out of the teams are coming in. I probably rate Alonso the most in terms of what he's done so far in football. But then again, the Chelsea board, that's where what can potentially hold them back. But again, if they get the right 2-3 players that walk into their lineup, they can be a real threat. Iraola, I really like him as a manager. If Arteta, things weren't working out this season, and maybe he would have been the manager I would have loved for Arsenal to have looked at to bring in. With him, I just feel like with Liverpool, they still feels like they need to do a lot to now be able to work with him. Is why I put them slightly lower than United. Carrick, I feel like United's football, if you build a midfield the right way, then United can be a really big threat. So I think that's kind of how I'm like looking at the three teams and why I say overall, I'm probably going United, because I think with the right players, then you're probably the next team that's probably the most threatening. Whereas with Chelsea, they get the right like 3 players, then it probably is Chelsea. Then Liverpool is like, I feel like they have a lot to do, but if they do it, then again, who knows? But they're more of an unknown entity, in my opinion, with Iraola. It's kind of how I'm like looking at them. But yeah, what are you thinking?
I feel like Chelsea, I like Alonso. I think, you've got, it's the whole Clear Lake stuff. It's also no Champions League football. Who can they attract? And don't get it twisted, Chelsea are still a really big club, so they can still get good players. But I think they're just going to have to be smarter, because I think in cases where, for example, if there's a player and Arsenal want him and United want him, then they're just not getting him. I think they're going to have to be like smart as regards to their recruitment. But yeah, like I like Alonso. I actually think, I know Alonso, obviously there's the Liverpool link, like him being a player, the fans love him and that. I actually think it's better this way. I think,
really?
Yeah. The more I think about it, and I get the whole Verts, Frimpong, he's played with them, but also I just think, I look at it stylistically, and I'm not sure if that's Liverpool. The more I think about it, the Iraola seems more Liverpool. It seems more. I actually see Alonso making sense at Chelsea. So I actually feel like, because I know there was a lot of commentary regarding, Liverpool messed up, man. Like, they should have just fired Slot earlier, and then they would have been able to get Alonso. And I think that would have been like the emotional choice as regards to like the attachment to the club and stuff. But I'm not actually sure it would have been the best fit. Like, I'm not actually sure. It could
when
have
you
been,
say it like
but
that, when you say it like that, I think that's a very good point. So I haven't actually thought about that, and it's true. Like, I think Alonso stylistically, like, and even with Slot, like, probably one of the biggest reasons why he, like, apart from obviously just, I guess, the Dutch personality, is just like why he probably hasn't meshed with the Liverpool fans, is like, I feel like his football is kind of more like Alonso's than it is like Iraola's.
I mean,
Like,
Salah laid it all out, man.
He did.
He said we expect to play the heavy metal football. He said, and anyone who comes to the club.
But then that being said, though, is that
adapt that?
Obviously, I know it's obviously Klopp's and Gegenpress, but is that historically Liverpool as well in terms of like what the Klopp's football in general? Because isn't it like kind of like what you say about United in terms of like we're kind of saying, are we just saying it's Liverpool because that's what like Klopp was, but or historically was that Liverpool's DNA also? Is my question.
I think it's like you look at different phases and different eras. So it's like, for example, like under Benitez, like no, not really. Like, do you get me? Of course, they had like some good teams under Benitez, like that later team with like Alonso, Gerrard, Mascherano, Torres. Like, yeah, like that was one of the better Liverpool teams. So I think the styles can like change and evolve and stuff like that. But I think it's just more so like when it's like, for example, Wenger and Arsenal, where it's like before Wenger, when it was like Steve Bold and George Graham and that, like it was 1-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah. It was defensively resolute, like it was all of that. Like, do you get me? Like it was very different. Like, do you get it as regards to what people grew up later on knowing Arsenal to be as regards to how you play? Because then Wenger came in, and then you had like the 98 team, then the 2002 team, and then the 2004 team who played really good football. Like, I think especially like those later teams, but then also you were defensively really like solid, and you were still like very hard to break and whatever. And then I think later on, like Arsenal kind of were more so known just for playing this really great free flowing football, but you kind of had lost the steel a bit. And I think, yeah, like the styles can kind of like evolve a bit. But I think a lot of the time what happens is that like when you've had someone who's kind of like changed things, Liverpool hadn't seen a title for 30 years. So the manager who's come in and changed it, like he's a lot of the time he's going to be used as the benchmark. Like, do you get me, as regards to how you want things to go, because he's the person that changed everything. So yeah, like, and obviously with Salah, like that's what he played under, and like that's what they're used to. So yeah, man, like I think it will be interesting to see what happens moving forward with Liverpool. I feel like they've made some really big outlays with like Wirtz, of course. There's Isak, Ekitike is injured, but yeah, like there's Frimpong, there's Kerkez, and I feel like it's I feel like they've got a big job in their hands, because from the outside looking at it, what it looks like is like it looks like they've just rebuilt badly. Like the squad building, the rebuild, because they've spent so much recently, and it still looks like they've got so much to spend.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with them. I think you said you put it perfectly. That's the thing. And then I'm even looking at like Iraola. As much as I rate his football, I also don't think it's a perfect. I look at the plays that they have also, like Isak, Wirtz, especially like it's like. Or Frimpong. I don't know how well these players also adapt or grabbing back. Like, it still feels like even to play Iraola's football, you need another rebuild now of players to bring in to kind of fit that football. So yeah, man, it's mad. It's mad. Like, they definitely made a lot of, and then you look at the number of like the quality of players that they've let go off on a free in the last few years. When you look at like Trent, obviously Konaté more recently, and it just looks like even I hear it maybe. I want to think that maybe they kind of thought Iraola is still there and they're going to pick him up anyway. But it also feels, I don't know if it's fortuitous in terms that Iraola is available, and if we don't make a move now with Slot, and then now we're fully pissed. I don't know how much of it was like they were actually ready to let Slot go at the end of the season. I don't know. We obviously won't know like how well planned the decision making has been, but overall, I agree with you that they still have a lot to do, man. So they're definitely in a transitional year, where they're going to have to pick up to try plug some holes. You know what I feel like it is? I feel like they rebuilt, but then they rebuilt like not in the direction that the Premier League is actually going in terms of just like more physicality, more transitions. It feels like they were building the Premier League to be more like how it was for like City back in the day, where it's like the bigger teams can more dominate these smaller teams, keep them penned in, keep the ball, eventually break them down. But now what it is that like that's not really the going way that teams are really trying to growing. It seems like it's probably a lot more transitional, a lot more physical.
Like, also, I just think positionally as well, it's like you've got Ekatike and Isak, who are two of obviously players that you ideally would want to start, but they're 2 9s.
Yeah.
So it's like you're trying to figure that out. You've got Wirtz, who's a 10, but it's like you need to now figure out how to play with a 10. Like, do you get me? Because under Klopp, you weren't playing with a 10 full. No. Do you get me? It was like you were having this engine room midfield. So it's like, you've now got to play with more of a traditional 10 rather, and you've got to try and like operate with that. So it's like Wirtz. You've got Frimpong, who looks like he's just a wing back. Like, he just looks like he's just a wing back. Like, do you get me? Like right back, he don't look comfortable, and a winger, he doesn't look comfortable. He looks comfortable when he plays wing back. And it's like, you've got to now try and sort that out. Then you've got Konaté, who looked like he was going to sign his new deal, now walking off free to Real Madrid, as did Trent. You've got Van Dijk, who's getting older. You've got Alisson, who's getting older, who's had injury issues as well. Kirkes hasn't fully gelled and acclimatized to being at Liverpool, even though he played with Bournemouth and in the Premier League. Like, things haven't gone smoothly for him. You've lost experience with Salah. You've lost experience with Robertson. Like, it's just, there's so much going on over there, man. But there's just so much going on over there. So, yeah, man. I think City are just a very well-run club. Man. So I think City, and like you said, there's gonna be a natural drop-off from Pep, because Pep is like an all-timer. But I do think Maresco is a good manager, and we'll see how he does at City. But yeah, like, I think City, their recruitment, they're always gonna get whoever it is that they need to get to bolster the squad and whatever the case may be. So yeah. And then United, man, we've got, this is a big summer. Like, it's such a big summer. Like, I feel the anxiety within the family. I feel that.
You must make you laugh. I don't know if you've seen that, like, when there's like any like talk of like, okay, you've got Edison, then the second midfielder, any talk of it not being 3 midfielders,
bro.
You guys are not happy about it. This still,
obviously, Ordsley dropped the rumba, and I think we knew what was happening. We knew what was going to happen, but yeah, like, United reached the agreement with Atalanta to sign Edison. I think it will officially get completed in July, but yeah, like, I think it's 35 million pounds as a base, and then it's like just under 4 million in add-ons. But yeah, like, as regards to this transfer, it is one of those ones where it's like, it just depends on what else we do. Like, I think that's just where it is. Like, I think there's definitely been some overreaction. Like, do you get me? Like, again, like, the Manchester United fan base, we can be very emotional. Like, do you get me? Like, it's just one of them ones. I feel like a lot of this, how this is viewed, it just depends on what else is done. Because I think the way I look at it is that we need 3 midfielders. I think we've got a big midfield rejob this summer, and we need to make sure that we get it right. So 3 midfielders is necessary. I feel like there are a lot of good midfielders on the market. Like, I like the midfield market.
Yeah,
like, I think
market is really nice.
People have spoken about the left wing market and saying, yeah, it's not great. Do you get me? But yeah, but I like the midfield market. That's why I'm just like, you guys can't mess this up, bro. Like, it's gonna be so annoying if you mess this up, because there's just options. Like, do you get me? So just don't mess it up. So I feel like it's one of them ones. Realistically, you are not going to sign, like, United weren't going to sign 3 60 million plus midfielders. Like, do you get me? It's like, yeah, like, obviously we've got other positions in the team that we also want to strengthen, and yeah, that was never going to be the case. Like, we're going to build a squad. Like, do you get me? I think obviously they probably looked at it and they said, you know what, like, we're going to spend X amount of money on midfielders. We know that all of these midfielders can't be 60 million plus. So we need to try and get a midfielder who can like work in our team, work in our squad on the cheaper end. Like, do you get me? And who can that be? And I think they've looked at Ederson. I think first and foremost, again, people need to stop acting like they watch every Atalanta game. And they've
you know what I think is really hurt him.
And
you know what I think is really hurt him, bro. It's you got it. You got
it.
It's really hurt Ederson.
Like it's just man. Like people, it was kind of a similar. Some people were doing a similar thing with Šeško and Højlund. Like, do you get me? Where it's just like because of the Højlund, it was like, oh, we've gone for another young striker from this, whatever, blah blah blah. Now, if you ask the United fan base of Šeško, everyone's happy. Like, do you get me? So it's like, man. Just sometimes take time. Like, do you get me? I think they looked at it and they were like, obviously he's 26. He's going to be 27. He's got a bag of European experience. Like obviously he's played at Atalanta, like played in Serie A, but then also the Champions League as well. So like he's got the experience there. From what I've seen, I think athletically he's really good. Like he can cover a lot of ground. I think the ball recoveries are there. I think if you're trying to press high as well, he's an asset. Like he can press really high, he can press aggressively. He's a willing runner. I think on the ball, from what I've seen, he's okay. Like, do you get me? Like he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. Like I don't think he's like as bad as some people are making out, but I also don't think he's great. Like, do you get me? But I feel like, as a profile, I think with me, where I'm at is that if he's the third midfielder, I think I get it. And obviously, I'm also hoping, because I'm not an expert on Ederson either. I watch a lot of football, but I'm not an expert on Ederson. So there's also going to be things that I'm going to see and I'm going to know and I'm going to learn as he plays for us as well. Like, do you get it? So, like with me, it's just bro, everyone needs to just relax and let's wait and see. Now, of course, there's been a bag of links with us. With
what I will say though, before you get into the links, I will say just that's probably the good thing that I would say is that I think you've been linked to the right people. That's where I feel like I also heard where I think people are overreacting. That if you do get a couple of the people that you're linked to, then I feel like you can't be too mad in it. Like if you got Ederson and then the links are like sound like Aiden Hackney and something like players are like lower players, then it's like, I hear him and go crazy. Clearly the club are trying to troll. But again, until they get over the line, then you can't give them too much credit. But go on, I was about to go into the links.
Yeah. Also, on Aiden Hackney as well. Like, I think Aiden Hackney is a good player.
I think so too.
But
just know what you guys.
But it can't be Hackney and Ederson. Like, do you get me? It has to be. Like, I think that's both of them are in the third midfielder slot. Like, do you get me? It's like, so it's like you can't be having both of them. But like I think Ederson, man. Like I think it goes on to what we do next. As I've said this a million times. Get me Matheus Fernandes, Manchester United. Matheus Fernandes. Like, do you get me? That's who I want. That's who I want. Matheus Fernandes. Matty Fernandes. That's who I want. And I've been seeing these Arsenal links. Like I've been seeing all of that stuff.
Hey, I'm gonna chat to him.
I don't.
Come chill with the big boys.
You get me? I'm just like, United. Just get me, because I think, bro, I said it. He was the only reason why I wanted West Ham to go down. I've got nothing against the Hammers. Do you get me? But I said I need him at OT. Like, bro, I rate him so highly. Like, I think, man, I rate him so. Like in multiple phases of build up. He's great. Like he can receive the ball off the centre backs, press resistance, short passing, long passing. He also can get up and down the pitch. He's tenacious. He's physical. He's 21.
Yeah,
bro, get me.
Yeah, you know what it is with him as well. Yeah, I feel like what might help you is the fact that like with him, it's like it's him or MLS is competition. I think you guys just need to sell it to him that you're starting. Like I think that might be what can like get him over the line for you when it comes to, because I know we're linked to him, but I don't know how hard we're gonna go, especially if the price is also like, on the more expensive side. So
United also the reason why, bro, I've seen all the interviews, bro. This guy Bruno's his idol. Bro, you lot can't mess that up. Bruno's his idol. I seen interviews. Where's your favorite stadium that you played in? Old Trafford. Like, bro, this guy's been, bro. There's no, bro. You have to get it done. Like, do you get me? You have to get it done. Like with me, that will make me feel if we can get that done within like the next whenever, like not too distant future. I think that would just really ease me as regards to the rest of the window. What I will say though, even as regards to the Edison, is that United move quick, like you get me, which is good. Like they're showing that they're really on it because they moved quick. Like, and even as regards to like things that we're seeing as regards to links, like I think United are very clearly they're talking to players, like they've got a strategy and they're moving. Like, do you get me? Which is good to see. But yeah, with me, like Mateus Fernandes again, I think having I think I was chatting about it with you and I think it might have been Jids as well as regards to like, Lamens when he you're trying to play out the back and it's like knowing the profile of your players and it's like, bro, you can give the ball to Copy in those dangerous positions. Do you get me? Like, because man can't press him. Like, do you get me? I need another one of those. Like, do you get me? Like, I need another one of those. Yeah, do you get me? Like, give me Mateus as well, bro. Comfy.
Man, Lamens, he did not understand why. He didn't understand why Casemiro was wide open. He said, go Casemiro, and then you're open. He didn't know why.
Like, you get me? You have to shout out Cass every single time. Like, but like, do you get me? Uncle Cass is getting older, man. He done great for us. Like, do you get me? But it's like, you got to know the profiles of your squad and like the things that they excel at. And I think, like Mateus Fernandes, like I just think that will help us. And the thing I like about him as well is that I think it could be him or Kobe. I think it could be him and Kobe. Like I think like I just think he's very well rounded. So with me, out of the next two, for me, one of them needs to be him, and then you've got like the third. And I think a lot of United fans are getting really obsessed with this like whole marquee signing like, and I'm just like, bro, just get good players that fit the project, that want to play for Manchester United, and that will make us better. Like, you see all this marquee, because if you're asking me, Tonali is part of this marquee thing, this tier one marquee, whatever that means. If you're asking me honestly, would I rather have sign Tonali or Mateus Fernandes? I want Mateus Fernandes. Like, do you get me? So it's like, with me, like, and that's no diss to Tonali. I think Tonali's a good player. But it just, for me, it's just this whole marquee, like, do you get me? It's like, even like Elliot Anderson, who I rate, by the way. I think he'll go City. I rate him. Like, I think he's done brilliant this season. Like, I think he's got, like, a lot of potential, and he's already shown how good he is. But, like, for me, he's not 60 million pounds better than Mateus Fernandes. Like, do you get me? Like, like he's like, do you get me? 120 mil Forest are asking for. Like, I know, do you get me? So it's just like, like I think Newcastle with Tonali as well. Like, people are talking about 90, like near 100, whatever. I'm just like, bro, there are good midfielders. Like, do you get me? It's like when City signed Rodri. Like, do you get me? He didn't go for 100 million from Atletico. And then look at what he turned out to be. Like, do you get me? Like, don't overthink it. Buy players who want to play for Manchester United, which is very important. Like, again, it's part of the reason why in Mbumo, Šeško, Konya, they were all very good signings, because I think they were all players that rejected other teams to come to us. They bought into the project. And I think that's important, because even when I look at Arsenal and people say, you know what, like, just get me players who are of X level and whatever, which of course you need, is important. But characters, dressing room, all of that stuff does matter. Like, do you get me? It does matter. Rice could have went City. City wanted him. He said, I want to go Arsenal. Then you look at his relationship with Saka, with Madueke, with Timber, with all the rest of the players. Like, do you get me? And you see him like gelling and whatever, and you're like, he's bought into this thing completely. Like, do you get me? People can say gimmicky, people can say doing whatever for the cameras. Like, bro, he looks like someone that wants to play for Arsenal. He's bought into the project and he's happy to be there. When I look at Konya, when I look at Mbumo, when I look at Šeško, these are all guys that I look at and they're like, they're so happy that they're playing for Man United. That's what you need, bro. Like, you don't want to now be splashing crazy money on someone that don't even want to play for you. Like,
yeah,
you get me? So
and also, bro,
those are the things that you got to learn from.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I always say it's kind of ties to what we were talking about last stream too, where I feel like sometimes you guys are like skipping steps when it comes to like rebuilds as well. That I feel like the position you're in, where we're saying that you probably need 3 midfielders. If you let's just say now that we're serious about United title challenger next season, and in terms of what you need, I feel like to actually like you need 3 midfielders, you need a left back, probably need a left winger, which likely you're probably not going to get. Let's say that's 5, maybe. To be you probably need a backup striker, I'd say. Maybe that's like 6 now. I was like,
I think those are now like when players go. Yeah.
When that's like, okay, cool. Now you guys are serious now. Like, okay, next season you're trying to like put a race there. Can't do that if you go spend 120 million on Anderson. That's like 3 players that you knock out that you now can't go buy because you spent so much. I feel like when you build a team to a position now where it's like you have 1 or 2 positions left, and now you're going into summer, you're like, okay, now what we need is that midfielder that takes us over the line, or that doesn't sign left winger that takes us over. Like, that's when you can go splash the 100+ marquee, whatever you want to call it, on a player. But I think before then, what you should really be trying to do, man, is actually fill the holes in your squad and actually just build your squad to position that is good enough to like.
On top of that as well, it's different if you're filling those positions with like mediocre players. I don't do that. Like, don't just do quantity for the sake of quantity. Do you get me? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, especially when I'm looking at the midfield market, I'm like, bro, there are good players on the market. Like, do you get me? It's like, I was even seeing people talk about like Alex Scott, for example. Alex Scott is he's a good player. Good. Like, do you get me? And these are good footballers. Like, do you get me? It's like, don't get it twisted. If we got Anderson, great. Like, do you get me? Really good player. Like, Tchouaméni, if we're able to get him at Real Madrid, out of Real Madrid, I wouldn't be complaining. Like, really good player. But also, don't just get like, if we don't get any of those, there are still good options on the market. Like, do you get me? And I feel like, I think it's very easy to get caught up with this whole like, oh, marquee. I'm just like, bro, what does that even mean? Like, do you get me? Man, I'm just saying words.
90 million plus, bro.
Yeah, like, do you get me? Marquee,
that's what marquee means.
Bro, get me my Mateus Fernandes, brother. Get me my Mateus Fernandes, and let's get to work. So, I think.
So wait, so right now, if you could pick who the next 2 midfield signings would be, who would be the second? So Mateus Fernandes and who?
What are we talking? Are we talking realistically? Or
realistically.
I think Mateus Fernandes, and then the other one's difficult. Like, I think there's options there. Like, I think it's difficult. I think Tchouaméni would be nice, but I don't think he'll leave Real Madrid. Anderson is great, but I think he wants to go City. And he will go City, and he's also too expensive at 120 million. I like Scott, like him. Like, I think he's a really good player. I think he's a baller. Baleba, his stocks are falling a lot because of the season he's had. Also, like, he's been benched so many times. Like, even final day of the season when Brighton are trying to get Europe, he didn't even start. But I still feel like there's a good player in there, and I think he's still got a lot of really good fundamentals. But I think price-wise, Brighton can't be demanding whatever it is that they were demanding last summer. Like, do you get me? I think from reports I've seen that United were prepared to put 75 down last summer, and these lot wanted higher. And it's like, this summer, I'm not prepared to even put 75. Like, do you get me? That needs to... So it's like, I think, so that's changed. Me personally as well, I know people are saying, I still love Wharton. I think Wharton could work. I don't think we'll get him. Don't get it twisted. I think with everything that's indicated, I think United, it doesn't look like we feel like he can fit, and it looks like he will probably end up going Liverpool.
Yeah, but even that, does that still happen with Iraola?
We got to see. Yeah, do you get me? Because we got to see. But with me, I still feel like Wharton could work. Like, do you get me? Yeah. So I would still take. So like those options. I think with me, get Mateus Fernandes because I feel like he wants to come, and I just feel like on the ball and off the ball, he's good. And I think that's why Anderson's being so highly touted, because I think he's good off the ball and he's good on the ball. And I think when you've got someone who like can do both, like especially in this modern age, like it's just very valuable. And I feel like with me, like the reason I really like Matheus Fernandes, because there's always so much about like, oh, you good on the ball, you good off the ball. Whereas like I feel like he's good on the ball, he's comfy, but then off the ball as well, he's also tenacious. He can get about. Like, so I just feel like, yeah, we need to get that one. And then with the third one, my strategy for us, which I think United will do, I think we've got Edison. He's an athlete. He can get up and down. He can run. This, all of that stuff. So that tenacious side, like when you're talking about like the work, all of that stuff. And then, yeah, then you've got, if you get Matheus, then he's like comfy on the ball, also comfy off it. Then with me, I would now wait. I would look at other positions and I'll wait to see how the market plays out. Like, yeah, like I think that's what I would do. Like, I would get Matheus and then I would wait. Like, the other one I've seen us being linked with is strongly this week is Lewis Hall, which, yeah, he's brilliant. Like, he's great. As regards to negotiations with Newcastle, how much it will cost, etc. I was seeing things like north of 50 million, but I think with me, like, I don't know, maybe it's the pessimist inside me, but when I hear north of 50 million, other people are seeing in and around 50 million. I'm thinking these lot are gonna try and go for 60, 65, 70. Like, do you get me? Yeah. Which is I think that's too much for like a fullback, man. Like, do you get me? So yeah, like, but Lewis Hall would be great. Like, if we were able to like get Matheus Fernandes, then get a Lewis Hall, and then now we can like wait and look and see what's happening or whatever, then I feel like we're in a strong position in the summer rebuild wise. So yeah, I think as regards to what the strategy would be, I would be like, cool, next get in Matheus Fernandes, because I don't even like this Arsenal links. They make me
hey, man, don't go anywhere.
I even like this guy. I see it PSG. I even saw a report today saying Madrid. I said, bro, brother.
Everyone
leave.
Because it's funny, yeah. Because from West Ham's perspective, they're gonna say we're in a rush.
They want a bidding war.
Yeah, they're not gonna be in a rush to sell him.
I think I did see something. I know West Ham definitely do need to sell. Like, I think I saw something they need to raise at least like 100 million.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Like, they need to sell, and I saw something as regards to potentially they might need to sell again. I don't know. Don't take this for word, but they like as regards to like how it works on the books and the financial year, they may need to sell like before like July. Like before or something, at least some, but we'll see. Again, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens as regards to that. But yeah, man, like I think West Ham, they would love for there to be like a big bidding war and whatever.
Don't try to rush us. Russia's
so you find paying 80 mil for Fernandes. I was seeing 80 mil is the price that has been quoted.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be 80.
It's not gonna be 80, man. I think reports have already come out saying Arsenal and United have said
it's not gonna be 80, brother. Yeah, like, do you get me? Yeah,
they're doing the classic. Let's say 80, and if it lands on 65, 65.
Remember when was it Southampton? They were saying like 100 for Diblin. Like, do you remember that, bro?
Bro, I mean, I better go for like 50. You're like half price,
bro. Like, it's not gonna be 80. Like, but yeah, like I feel like you'll be able to strike a deal in and around the 60 mark. Like, it may be composed differently. It may be like 50 base, 10 add-ons, 55 base, some more add-ons, whatever. I think it will be in and around there. Like, if you're, again, I'm not no transfer expert, but if you just asked me from the things I've read and stuff, I think that's probably where it would be. But yeah, like, I think if we can get him, then yeah, bring Lewis Hall.
Nah, Lewis Hall be scary still. That's actually one I don't want you guys
because
to get.
Especially, I think even if I still think we need a left winger, but if, let's say, in the world where we don't, it just that helps our left hand side a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Like, if we don't get a left winger,
and also from an attacking perspective as well, man. I think that's one of the things that I feel like United, even for you guys to even be serious to take that next step, this thing of like, you being such a good transitional team, but the moment the other team sits back and then now you guys just look lost. I feel like part of that problem also comes from like the lack of quality you guys have at fullback also. If you have someone like a Lewis Hall that can overlap and be a threat in the final third, that means your left winger can be more central.
And then you've also got Mateus. Then you also got Mateus Fernandes.
Yeah, that can pass from deep.
2 man from deep. You got a Kobe, you got Mateus Fernandes, man with deep. And you could just say, Bruno, you go over there, do your creative thing. Then now we start build. And that's the thing. I'm looking at, I'm like, this is a team I can, not only that I think could do well, but it's a team that I can get behind. Like, it's exciting.
That'll be a very good team.
Yeah, I'm like, it's exciting. I'm like, all right, cool. So yeah, if we can get those, then that'd be really big.
I feel like you definitely going into the next season where it's like, cool, now the defense is where you probably have to get rid of a lot of dead wood and then just get some quality there. But like again, you're doing it in stages. That's why that's what makes this. I feel that's what makes this midfield rebuild so important. That's like you have to strike the balance of like getting the right midfielder. So it's not a cheap thing. And you go into next season, you're like, your midfield is still not good enough. It has to be a thing where like your midfield is now good enough, and now the only weakness in your team going into next season is your defense.
And that's why, again, I think even someone like a Mateus Fernandes is like, because their age, like he's 21, he's 22. Yeah. It's like long term. Like, you get me? It's not someone where it's like, oh, you know what? Like, and not to say when you hit 30, you'll just fall off, but you're thinking, oh, you know what? Like, you know, sometimes you see these players and it's just like, bro, what happened to you? Like, you were good last season. Then all of a sudden, like, do you get me? Like, what happened? Like, so
that's Space Jam.
Like, bro, just crazy, man. So yeah, man. Like, I think that would be a big one for us. But let's talk about you quickly. I think the big link that I've been seeing with you guys is Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
You know what it is? I've gone back and forth. I think at first when I saw the link, I was like, I don't know how I feel about these wing fielders. These players that I want to understand, like he's more of a central player. His best work is transition from center, running through players, being a bulldozer. Not the fastest player, but he's got power. So he kind of makes up for the lack of maybe not being the paciest player. How does he work on the wing? It reminds me a bit of the Eze signing. I'm like, okay, you can play him on the wing, but it means that you then have to change your fullback, like how we play our left back, because he can't be holding the touchline. That's just not where he's best. You want to have him more centrally and in more of those kind of like dangerous positions. So I think that's why at first when I saw the link, I was like, I don't know. But then I thought about it a little bit more, and I was like, this left wing market is so bad that there's no name that stands out to me that I'm like, that's the guy that I need to go and get. I think probably the name that's probably the most credible is Barcola. I think he's probably the only kind of left winger in world football that's attainable, plays for a big enough team that you know that where we are right now, where we need to now take the next step and go on to be a better team and now try to maybe dominate a bit more and now pick up a lot more trophies. And you can't just bring any young left winger to now come and now slot into our team and keep the levels up. So there's not a lot of names that are like stand out to you as like, that's the guy you need to go get. But even to him, like, I think he has a lot of things in his game where I'm just like, obviously a quality player, like, but he missed a lot of big chances also. Quality player, end product. Quality player, but I think every clip I see of him looking great is transitional moments, is running through in space. It's like even the Champions League game, he could have killed the game if maybe he was better in a couple of the transitional moments he had when he came on. So an amazing player would definitely fit us in terms of profile of what we need on the left wing. But then when I think of what we come up against every week, where it's a low block and 2 banks of 4, I haven't seen anything from him to make me think that he's going to fix all our problems if we put him on the left. While he'd be better than what we currently have, I don't know if it's the solution to the problem. So I think when I work through all of those thoughts, I then say, maybe this is why we are then being linked to Rodgers, because maybe the way Arteta's trying to solve the problem is that there is no clear player to solve it in the transitional obvious way. So he's trying to now solve it where it comes to a more systematic way, where it's like, someone like Rodgers, maybe someone like Saka on the other side, someone like maybe Ez in the middle, where like these are all players that can constantly kind of rotate through playing centrally, playing on the wing, and be a lot less predictable in how we attack from those positions. So that's where I'm like, you know what, I can get on board with it a bit more from that perspective. But if I'm being honest, my first reaction wasn't like one of like happy, like, oh yeah, excitement. But when I reason it, I see maybe why we're going down that way. It makes sense to me. But I think what to add on to it, what the link to that's happened like the last like day or two, that's also what made me quite excited. It's not as exciting, but I don't know if you've seen the link to this Nathaniel Brown guy from Frankfurt,
Yeah, I
and this
have.
left back.
Yeah.
And from watching clips of him, honestly, I feel like that makes me a bit more excited, because I feel like that probably is the best way for us to solve this problem. Is that I would like us to go down this line of maybe a more traditional, good overlapping left back, good technical ability that can hold the whip, and then we let someone like a Rodgers or a Eze or these players that play on the left wing go more centrally and cause damage from that perspective. So I think if that's how we solve that problem, I'm not mad at it, because there's no left winger that just calls out to me that's the guy we go get. So I think all of that being said is why I'm like, you know what? I hear it with the Rodgers thing. Like, I feel like when it comes to like transitional moments, we're just talking about us not being a very good transitional team. We have such a good defense. I look at someone like Rodgers, who I think is probably is amazing at that. That's probably his strongest asset, like greatest asset. So I think we're definitely trying to lean more into that. Be hard to beat, and then if you come onto us a bit too much, then we have players that can really hurt you going the other way as well. And we have maybe we're trying to transition more to being a team that maybe we go back to maybe having like a left back type situation, which then makes the links to with Calafiori and Real Madrid very interesting. I was sitting thinking today, like, I love Calafiori, but because of his injury problems, there definitely is a price that Real Madrid could definitely come to. And I'll say, as much as I love you, I will sell you just because of like how much, like how many injury issues he has. And I think it also would allow us to lean more into that, using our left back to hold the width, and then allowing us to have someone like a Rodgers who can maybe now him and Eze can be a lot more rotational, and it makes us a lot more kind of dynamic in how we attack also type situations. I think that might be the better way to kind of solve that issue that we have on the left-hand side. So yeah, I think that's kind of like how I'm kind of like reasoning it. And I do think we do also need someone like, that's why it'll be interesting whether we do go for Matheus Fernandes. But I think what we must do is that even if we don't get Matheus Fernandes, that has to be the profile of midfielder that we get. I've said it, bro. I'm not trying to see Tonali, bro. That's the kind of signing I think will irritate me, because I'm not trying to see a Rice and Tonali midfield. That will send my head to the moon, bro. Gone.
I can see you going for Tonali.
No, because we're still linked to him. I know, and that's the kind of link that will really annoy me. That's what I'm trying to say. It needs to be someone like, because I don't mind. Okay, cool, we have Rice. We need someone MLS, someone who can play like MLS or give us an alternative, which is why I like the Matheus Fernandes link. But if it's to go and get Tonali, I'm not trying to hear him, man. I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans talk about
that made me so upset, man.
What? But Fernandes, bro. So yeah.
United.
Nah. You know what it is? I actually think you have a good chance to get him. I think we need him. Yeah,
I do think again, it's just you just want to see things get done, because until anything's done, then thingy. But I do think currently, from reports and stuff, like I feel like we are in pole position. But again, man, like you just need to see that get done. Like I think it would be a good signing for so many teams, honestly.
Yeah, man. He would be. Be. So we need someone like that. So yes, I feel like that from that perspective. And man, there's not a lot of players. I think this is what my son Fergie was doing. When you're top of the league, you go to the other teams in the league and say, who are your best players? And we'll be having that. So I think that's what we're doing with Rodgers, isn't it? So again, he's proven very good player. Not the perfect player, has flaws in his game also, but I feel like if we put the right tools around him, then again it will definitely elevate our attack. So I can't complain about it from that perspective.
Price will be steep though.
Yeah, it will be. Which I think it's looking around like 80 plus, which I'm not too mad.
Yeah, I think it will be 80. I think Villa are gonna push for as much as they can, because I think also Borough have a sell-on clause. I can't remember how much.
I don't think that's true, you know, because I've seen that. But why I don't think it's true, because he didn't go straight from Borough. Who did he? Was it Borough that sold him directly to Villa? Oh yeah, Borough. Sorry, I'm bugging. Borough, you're right. Sorry, the one that wasn't true was people were saying that City had a
buyback clause. Oh, okay, yeah. No, Borough have a sell-on clause. Yeah. Borough have a sell-on clause. So like it's the same. I think it's the same with Matheus Fernandes and Southampton. I think Southampton also have a bit of a sell-on clause with Matheus Fernandes. So I think that's why West Ham also they're trying to like squeeze as much as they can. They can out of it. So yeah.
I hear it.
But I think Villa, I think like you will get Rodgers. Because I think United have been linked with him, and it's funny because it's like a lot of the things that you said is very similar for us in the sense of like he's a wing fielder. I look at Cunha and I'm just like Rodgers and Cunha.
Yeah, that's overkill.
Like, yeah, and then it's like
same player,
and it's like like I feel like we've already got like we need a different type of profile on that left hand side. I think. Yeah, if we were able to get like a Lewis Horde, then I feel like that would be great for us. Like Rodgers is great on the transition, but I feel like we're already like we're fine on the transition.
Yeah,
like, so
man.
Like,
you're built for the transition, bro.
Yeah,
that's a special in Buemo Cunha. Yeah,
like,
man.
You guys like,
you even need someone that can just hold on to the ball. You need someone to help Bruno, help Bruno create it. That's what you need,
bro. Like, it's like I feel like we're fine. Like, do you get me? So like I think obviously he played under Carrick at Borough. So yeah, and I think like Carrick knows him very well, of course. I think they've got a very good relationship. So I think that's partially where like a lot of the links come from. And yeah, he's a good player, but I just think for the amount that Villa are going to want, I just don't feel like it makes sense as well. So the amount and the profile, I don't think it makes sense for United to be spending that much money on a player who like is a good player, but he isn't necessarily the profile that we need, and it's just so expensive. Like I just feel like with all the priorities that we've got, like I can't see it. So I think there's a good chance that he goes to Arsenal. I think Chelsea would make sense, but I don't think Chelsea have the facilities for that. Like, I just don't think Chelsea currently have the facilities for that.
Man City have put in a cheeky
word. Cheeky. I saw that
as well.
I
don't know what they're doing.
I think Arsenal. I think if Arsenal, I think Villa will sell at the right price because I think they need to for financial reasons, and then they need to use that to now also buy players. So I can see that one happening with you and Villa. Like, I feel like I would think it's probably likely that he becomes an Arsenal player at some point. Then, I already asked you midfielder wise. So is that all you would be looking to do? Like,
we need a right back. So we need a left back. We need a right back. We need a centre mid. We need someone that can a left winger solution. And I would love it. Like obviously, we also been linked a bit to this creepy guy, man. You know what I mean? This guy's so cold. Like, he's so cold. But you know what it is? I feel like they linked. So I'm not getting attached to him because I think he's probably gonna go PSG or something.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go PSG. I think if they don't get Alvarez, I think we need.
You know, you know who I also just along with that creepy. I think Creepy's a baller. I really like it. Yeah. But you know who I also. I love this Ryan kid, bro.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he looks so. And I look at him, and I'm just like, bro, you look so United coded.
Bro, I don't know how people allow these Bournemouth to get this over that line, bro. These signings aren't even secrets. I'm like, what was everyone else looking at? Why are we never there to cut out the middleman and bring these players in? Like, he looks like a serious, and he looks like the 1-2 that can like. Creepy still looks like our second striker.
Yeah,
maybe at his best. I think Ryan looks like he could be a real striker.
Yeah. And he can. I think Ryan could be. I think Ryan could be like a winger, like, and he can play through the middle. I think Creepy, he's a baller, but he is also one of those like, what is your best position?
Yeah,
kind of. Like it's still that. Like just figuring that out, kind of a thing. But yeah, baller still. Like, I think that I think Creepy would be a great signing for Arsenal if you
serious.
That would be,
man.
And that would be intent as well. If you
season's done now.
If you showed up next season with Creepy, Rodgers, and I'm not gonna say Matheus Fernandes, I don't want to do that. That would probably too. Well, let's say another midfielder and then some fullbacks.
That would be the perfect summer, man. Because man, I think what we showed to you.
And by the way, Arteta was talking and Conky, it looks like you lot are ready to splash.
Yeah, man. They said that some tough decisions need to be made, man.
Yeah, I wonder who's gonna go. Obviously, I think Jesus. That's obvious and stuff.
Yeah,
but like I wonder who else.
I think Martinelli's gonna go. I think Martinelli's gonna go. I feel like Trossard might be the older guy that we say will just keep and be a backup time. I think Martinelli will go. I think Jesus will go. The kind of Fury link was surprising today, but I don't think he will go. I'm still gonna say that Real Madrid too, until they show otherwise, because them two, they like to do this. Wait till your contract expires, but he's got a long contract in it, so like just make sure you have your money if you're trying to come talk to us.
Yeah,
so that one,
what they've done to Liverpool over these last few years.
It's so disrespectful, bro.
It's so disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful, man. I said, Real Madrid Academy.
Let him play. Your business-wise, Arsenal, you lot what you moved proper, bro. Like you lot said,
yeah, we tied all these guys. Yeah,
early. What are you lot saying contract-wise? Let us know now.
Yeah,
let us know now.
When did I say locked in or get locked
out, bro? I said we're not even gonna let this team go down to 2 years, bro. I would let us know
locked in or get locked out, bro.
Let us know. Even Chelsea, for as bad as Clearlake has been, they've done well in that as well.
Yeah,
because even when it comes to like the Enzo links and all of that, bro, if they want him, they're gonna have to pay bread. Like
big
you get
money,
me,
bro.
like, bread.
Bro, they don't even sweat, bro. Enzo's out here doing this. You don't know that he's not going nowhere. Clearlake on TV, watch this. Look at him. Saying goodbye like you go somewhere.
We'll see you next season, Jerry.
Bro.
We'll see you next season. All of this talking. Yeah, you guys are doing wise business. Because that's one thing that United previously we've been horrible at, bro. Like man, Pogba going for a free. Like even looking at the situation with Sancho as well, where it's like boom, like go for a free. Like these contracts, you lot moves proper. Like
I think that's what made the day of the Chelsea. Everyone clowning us. I was there. I had to take it. I have to take the banter when it sounds. Everyone's laughing at you. But when the dust settles,
these are the people I was talking about.
You will never think champions of Europe, no problem. I hear it, bro. I have to accept it, innit? But when the dust settles, man, I think we're in a very good position. What we now have to do is just make sure that we don't make the mistakes that Liverpool made in terms of just making sure that with a title-winning team, you add the right parts to it and you don't try to just do too much as well. Then I'll just completely destroy the And
that's the key, bro. That's what I carry on saying about United. And I'm just like, bro, it's not even, bro, just right players. Like, do you get me? This don't even. That's why I was just like saying with everyone who's getting caught up with like marquee. Bro, I'm hating that word now, bro. I'm just like, brother, like marquee. I was just like, bro. If we leave the transfer window and we don't have an Anderson, we don't have a Tchouaméni, we don't have a Tonali, it's not a disaster by any means, bro. There's enough good midfielders where you can still have a successful rebuild, bro. You just need to use common sense and be smart. Like, do you get me? Like, there's enough. Like, again, it's not like the left wing market. The left wing market is tight. Like, do you get me? Where I'm like, oh, do you get me? Like Liao, like seeing links there. Like, do you want to take the risk on him? Like, do you get me? It's like, but I was like, with the central midfielders, bro, there's enough central midfielders there that I rate. So it's just like, man, just move accordingly. Just get the right profiles, get the right people in. Make sure they want to come and play for Manchester United, and let's get moving. Like, do you get me? Like, give Carrick a chance. Like, do you get me? And then now Carrick. Do you get me? Now that's where the pressure, we're behind you all the way. Don't get it twisted. Like, we're backing you. You're our guy. But yeah, now it's time for you to now obviously show what you're made of as regards to managing a full season where it's like you're in multiple competitions, you're in Europe, etc., whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, you got to give man the tools. Like, do you get it? So yeah, like, I think I like how United have started it, just not even just getting the Edison thing done, but I think even just more so everything that I'm hearing, it just seems that we're just very active. It's like we're very active, and there seems to be a strategy. You know, sometimes it's like United were the masters of panicking. Like, do you get me? It's just like wasting your time. I remember that summer, wasting our whole summer with Frankie de Jong. Oh, my man, I don't want to come to us.
Yeah,
and then
pivot into Casemiro.
Bro,
you know what makes me laugh? Yeah, when a team
Mm.
pivots from a play that's like completely different to the type of play they're trying to get before. I was like, what was the plan here, bro? There clearly wasn't a plan. Yeah.
And again, shout out Uncle Cass. We love you, man.
Yeah,
you did some great work. But it's just it's just the no strategies. Like, you're wasting your whole summer with this and whatever, blah blah blah. It's just like, whereas everything that I'm hearing for is like, cool, these are the multiple targets. These are the positions that we want to try and get. This is how we're gonna go. I'm like, all right, cool. This looks sensible. That's why even with the Edison thing, it's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna now and pretend that Edison was like the most exciting transfer. Like, do you get me? But what I do like about it is that you've clearly identified someone who you wanted. Like, you looked at it and said, cool, we can't just get 360 plus midfielders, 70 million midfielders. We are going to need someone at the cheaper end. Who do we think can be an asset to our squad within that? Like, do you get me? And you've identified it and you've got it sorted. Cool. Now go do the rest. Do you get me? Because that's what will jar me. If not two more midfielders.
Sorry, I'm not sure if you answered earlier. Who was the second one after Hernandez that you'd get?
That one that was the thing. That one I'm open on. Like, I'm still I think it just depends on how things develop. Do you get me? Yeah, like, we just got to see. We got to see who's available. We got to see like what can be attained. We've got to see prices. We got whatever, blah blah blah. But with Mateus Fernandes, I think the thing is with that is that we know West Ham are going to sell. And we know that this guy has spoken about Bruno being his idol. We know the whole Portuguese sporting link to United. Do you get me? We know that this guy's spoken about Old Trafford being his favorite stadium, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know that this is a deal that you can get done. Like, and you know that this guy is quality. He's a good player, right age profile, all of that stuff. So with me, it's just such like an obvious do it. Like, do you get me? I feel like that's whereas I think maybe with some of the others, there's more factors in regards to, do they want to sell? Like, like, what approach are we going for? All of these different things, which again, that's why I'm not someone who is like, everything needs to be sorted out immediately. Like, nah, like, do you get me? But I think just what don't allow things to drag out unnecessarily and get the things done that you need to get done when you can get them done. So yeah, like, I feel like if you can get that, I think United, we need positions wise, if we're talking actually, again, you can't do everything, but we minimum need 5.
Okay.
We probably need 7. Like, yeah, like, do you get me? So I'm thinking we need 3 midfielders.
Okay.
We need a left back.
Okay.
We need a winger.
Okay.
We need a backup striker.
What would you prioritize first, a winger or a backup striker?
A winger.
A winger, okay.
Yeah, okay. A winger. Yeah. I'll prioritize a winger. Like, again, the backup striker thing is like, I don't think that needs to be like any sort of anything crazy, man. Like, do you get me? I think that's where you just look, see what the market opportunities are. Like, do you get me? And just, because again, like, I think we've currently got Xerxes. If Xerxes goes, then like, replace Xerxes.
Would you sell Xerxes, or would you like where are you at with Xerxes? Like, is it like nah, brother, you actually do need to go? You don't replace him with a backup, or would you be open to keeping him as a backup?
I like Xerxes. Like, I like him. I think he's a good footballer. I do also feel like he's not been given, like, I feel like he's not been able to have like a clear run because of like the games and stuff like that. So it's just like, like, he's just further below in the pecking order as regards to like how he's gonna come on, start, and whatever the case may be. I do like him, like, and I feel like, I think with Xerxes, the thing is that you need like runners off him, and I think he just needs to be up to tempo and comfortable with how we're playing. But I feel like if we know that, if Carrick knows that, you know what, you're just not really, you're not our type of player. Like, do you get me? Like this whole like dropping deep thing, kind of like false nine. If you just know that that's just the way it is, then I feel like just sell him. Like, do you get it? Like, just sell him and then just go and get an actual backup 9. Like, I think that's where I'm at with it. Like, do you get me? For him as well, because he's young still. He was Serie A Young Player of the Year, so he doesn't want his career to stagnate. Like, do you get me? So just even for his sake as well, it may just be one of them ones where it's just like, yeah, sell him and then get someone else to replace him. But yeah, like I think, yeah, that, and then the centre back issue is just, it's just the main problem we've got is just the injuries. Like, do you get me? It's just the injuries. If Martinez and De Ligt can be fit, then it's like, yeah, that's something that I don't think we necessarily need to address this summer. But I am worried because of the injuries. Like, yeah, so
but I think that's the thing as well, that you guys also have so many bodies there. Like, that's why I feel like, even like, because you have Euro.
We got Euro, we got Heaven, we got Martinez, we got De Ligt, we got Maguire. Yeah, so we've got 5. Yeah, we've got 5 there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think there was someone up, but yeah, no. So 5 for 2 positions. But
like you got like Maz who can fill in, Shaw who can fill in, but more time they normally fill in a back 3 situation. So it's like this Euro, Heaven, Maguire, Martinez, De Ligt.
Okay, I hear it. Yeah, it's definitely injury issues.
Yeah, so it's like if De Ligt just can't get fit, and Martinez also is known to be kind of quite injury prone, then it's like you've got 3 and 2 of them are young. Like, do you get me? And Maguire, as good as he is, as good as he's been, I feel like Maguire is someone that like he can start sometimes, but then you don't want him starting all the time. Like, do you get me? It's like you want him like on the bench. Like, he's a good player to have in the squad. You can come in to the starting 11 at times and you're comfortable, but it's not necessarily someone that you want starting all the time. Like, do you get me? So I'm worried about that centre back position just because of those injuries. Like, De Ligt, I thought De Ligt was doing well, man, and then this back injury, just took him out for the whole season. Yeah, man, it's done him, and it's like
I'm surprised that you and Liverpool did it. I'm allowed Tottenham to get that Senesi deal over the line, because
I think with us, I think it probably is what you said. You know, with the bodies, like I think it's probably
there's so many people.
We've got 5 centre backs technically. But again, I think it's just the fitness, like, do you get it? So I think it is the fitness thing. So yeah, man.
And sorry, last question on that is, and where you out with Euro, like in terms of like going into next season, and just like, because you'd think that how much you invest in him too is like a centre back that should be like starting most games, or would you not? In terms of like his development, in terms of where he is in his career, or do you think it's okay how he's like maybe 3rd, kind of 4th choice centre back at United, like? Because it feels like a player that probably should maybe go on loan, but you feel like he spent too low on him. I don't know. You think he's getting enough game time, or do you predict him getting enough game time next season to make it?
I think he'll get enough game time. I think obviously we were just playing 1 game a week this season. Like, do you get it? So like, De Ligt's been injured for the majority of it. And then Martinez has also had these injury spells. So I feel like, with next season, if you're again, hopefully United aren't getting knocked out in the earliest round in both cup competitions, like then with Europe as well, that's automatically at minimum an extra 8 games added to your schedule with the league phase. And then obviously if you get through to the playoffs, then there'll be 10 at minimum before you get to the knockout. If it's straight to the knockouts, then it'll be 10 at minimum. So I think like we're gonna have a lot more games. I think Euro he'll have his opportunities. He'll have enough minutes to be able to play, him and Heaven. Like, so I'm fine. I think Euro is like, I think Euro's still got a lot of potential. He's had his difficult phases, but I'm not too worried about Euro, man. Like, I think he'll come good, honestly. Like, I think it's just one of them ones. He came teenager, like starting in a chaotic United team where there's just this all going on and it's a mess, and did you get me, different systems, back threes, all of that. Like, I think it's just been very it's been a very unstable environment for like a teenager who we paid like quite a bit of money for to just come in. And I think, yeah, like, because I think that's also a thing. Like Heaven, for example, he had no expectation. Do you get me? We took him from Arsenal's academy for like what? Like we signed him for like $1 million. Like, do you get me? And it's like no expectation. So with him, it's like it's kind of like it could only be up. Like, do you get me? That's how people view it. And don't get me wrong. Like, I think Heaven's a baller. Like, do you get me? Like, I think that was, I think, two of the best bits of business we've done is that Lamens and Heaven. Like, do you get me? I think that was brilliant scouting. Like, do you get me? I think Heaven could be, don't get twisted. Arsenal, you guys are set. Like, do you get me? You're sent up. So it's not a loss for you, but it's definitely a gain for us because it's like, like we've got potentially like I think we got a potential top centre back on our hands. Like I think look at him, he's just massive first and foremost. Like he's a unit, he's quick, he's comfy on the ball, he's aggressive. Like I think he's got all the fundamentals and the ingredients to be a top centre back. So I really like Heaven. Euro, I also feel like, yeah, man, there's a lot of potential there. Like he just confidence, getting minutes, he'll be all right, hopefully. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But honestly, bro, we'll round this bit up before we just quickly talk about the World Cup. But honestly, man, it's very early, but I need a good window, man. I just need a good window, bro. I need a good window.
Yeah, you want to go into next season and be like, you know what? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. Let's see. I want to say Ace.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it.
We get you the defending champs.
But come outside.
And I'm not saying we're gonna do anything.
That is hilarious.
However,
I hear it. Hey, man.
We've got better.
I hear it, man.
We've got it better. That's what I say. We've got it better.
Like I said, I'm excited for next season, man. Like it should be a lot of young managers. Like, look at that. Arteta's not a senior man. Yeah, like that. Only manager with the prem. He's not the onk. All these young brothers coming through. So nah, man.
For real.
It should be real exciting, man. Yeah. But yeah, let's see what you guys do in the window. See what everyone does.
So yeah, man. Like hopefully it'll be a good window for us. But yeah, World Cup, man. Obviously the World Cup starts next week, man.
When does it actually start? What day?
I think it's the Thursday.
I
think it's the Thursday. I think so. Let's double check that.
Okay.
It is on the Thursday.
Okay, cool. You know what? I think we can touch on it today, but I think even Monday would be good to even do a deeper dive, like all the squads.
Yeah,
and then like
what even I was thinking I was gonna plan to do as well is that I was gonna plan to do again. I was thinking about doing it on this stream, but I just thought there was just too much to talk about to fit in. But I was thinking also to do like a deep dive and then also do like a bracket where we do like a World Cup prediction bracket and we go through the groups and like we'll see how that plays out. But I was just gonna ask you firstly, like, what are your feelings towards the World Cup? Like, are you excited? Are you just like, oh, you know what? There's not been that much hype about it. Is it a bit meh? Like, where are you at?
You know what it is? I think overall I've been a bit meh. Like, if I'm being honest, I'm probably more excited for the summer window than I am for like to see what teams do transfer wise than I am for the actual World Cup.
I bleed Arsenal.
Yeah, bro. I want to see what we do, man. I want to see what everyone does. So I'm more excited. I know the World Cup, until teams start getting knocked out, it's gonna really slow down the business like during that time. But that being said, I also too, I made my
sorry, bro. That's another. Sorry, you just reminded me, but that's another reason as well. When you're looking at like Mateus Fernandes, when you're looking at Lewis Hall, bro, these man ain't going the World Cup, bro.
Yeah,
United, please.
Yeah, it's true.
Sorry, just had to add that.
Say no more. Say no more. I'm sure they've heard you.
Yeah,
but and then I think maybe what's also taking the hype a little bit as far as America, and just like I feel like just the way they're going, like the tickets. I don't know, just in general. I'm not the overall outside, I'm not excited in general, if I'm being honest, but I think I am also looking forward to the players who are going to the World Cup that are going to make the move. Like the guy I was talking about earlier, the Nathaniel Brown guy. I've never seen him play before. I've just seen a couple clips for Germany. It'll be nice to see if he gets some game time to see him in the actual World Cup. Rodgers, I mean, watching him as well this World Cup. So I think those kind of like players that maybe I wouldn't have cared about, I'm definitely a lot more interested to see how they do, like on the world stage. So excited from that perspective. But yeah, I feel like there's some like clear favorites. I feel like obviously like France, Argentina, and Spain, and so I'm definitely excited to see how good they are. England, not really a favorite, but I'm hoping that maybe they might surprise us. Maybe when we don't expect much from them, and this is the year they actually do better than we expect. But yeah, man, I think that's kind of like my initial thoughts. So nothing too detailed. But how are you feeling about it going into it?
Yeah, no, I can imagine as well. Like, obviously, with all the highs of Arsenal and stuff, like that would have been even like taking up a lot of your focus as regards to football. So yeah,
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
before now,
I do feel like it has been like a bit like it does feel like there's not been the usual hype around it. I do feel like that. Like like I think the World Cup, like I think it's one thing I love about the World Cup is that like obviously is every 4 years. So like you know that it doesn't come around often, and you know what it means for footballers. Like even when you see like the celebrations as regards to just teams even qualifying, like to be able to like help your nation qualify for the World Cup, just even the significance of that. You saw the celebrations with like Scotland and what it meant to them, and then even Norway. Norway, like with obviously Haaland, Odegaard, like them being able to do that, like do you get
Sweden,
me? Like Haaland, Sweden, like Gyökeres, like how much it meant to him, like how important it is, like do you get me? And then obviously we got other nations who weren't able to do that. Shout out Naj. Do you get me? What can we say? But yeah, man, like I feel like there's obviously such in regards to like it's just where legacies are made, man. It's just it's just where legacies are made. Like I think like even we've spoken about Mbappe a lot, and I feel like obviously numbers wise at club level he's done brilliantly, and he broke out at Monaco and done brilliantly there. But then I think people would generally say that it's been kind of underwhelming past that. But I think what has helped him so much as regards to his legacy is the World Cup, because of what he's done in 2 World Cups. And it's just like, then obviously Messi in the last one is like, you've got the greatest player of all time who like has done so much and has mashed so much work, but literally like his international career has always been kind of like the Achilles heel for him as regards to what people will criticize him over. Then he was finally able to get the Copa America in 2021, but he knows the big one is the World Cup, and you've got your Maradonas like in the background and your Pelés and your Zidanes, and it's like, can you add your name to all of that? And he was able to do it, and it's like it's such a big legacy shift. So I'm excited to see like who can change their legacy. You could get it. And if Yamal goes and slaps it top bins in the final, like what that does for him. Like, do you get me? A Euros he's already held back for Spain, and then this thingy, do you get me? Then obviously you've got England too. They've not seen a World Cup since '66. Like,
bro, I look at someone like Saka that has such a overall disappointing season. That say, can you rise in this World Cup and do something?
Do something exactly that. You've got Portugal, where it's like you've seen like a Vitinha and Neves go back to back in the Champions League. Obviously, there's Bruno there. Like, do you get me? And then Cristiano he's still there, man. Like going to I think his 6th World Cup. Like, do you get me? I know he wants it better than anything. Like, do you get me? So it's like, like I think there's so many. You got France again, you've got a brilliant team. Like, so it's just, I think it's just a real opportunity. It's like, you know, when people talk about the big stage, it's like it is the biggest stage. Like, like it don't get bigger than that. So yeah, I think that's always exciting to see. And then I always like seeing like the fans and like, do you get me, just what it means to like people representing their countries and stuff like that. It's going to be different, obviously, because of the timings. Like some of these matches are kicking off at like 3 a.m. in the morning because of America. Yeah, like, do you get me? Yeah. So it's like it's gonna be all very, very different. I'm very interested to see as well how things look like when England take on Ghana.
Oh yeah, man, yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to
I know
that
the
game.
Ghanaians like they're gonna be hyped. Like so, yeah. That would be interesting. But yeah, man. Like I think, yeah. With me, obviously, I'm looking at the summer transfer window as well as regards to United, making sure that we can do our thing. But yeah, hopefully it's a good World Cup.
Sorry, how do you say this comment? I'm getting cooked.
Where's the belief? Where's the belief, man? You gotta believe. You gotta believe, man. Back out the GH flag. Did you get it? Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's more like it. Like, yeah. Perfect. So yeah, it's gonna be lively. I know the Ghanaians, they're not gonna let us down as regards to the scenes and the watch parties and all of that. Like I know they're gonna be turned up for that. So yeah, it should be crazy still. Did you see?
Yo, we're gonna break it down on Monday on next stream, but yeah, but what Wendy has told me, it's not pretty.
Wendy, at least you're there.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Some of us aren't there.
It's true.
You get me? Some of us aren't there. Like,
it's true. Yeah, who's your African team that you're representing? Or are you just all African countries?
Yeah. I don't think I have a particular one. Like, yeah, I don't have a. Do you have a particular one?
Nah, I don't have a particular one either. I want all of them to do well, but I know God. If I was to pick one, it definitely wouldn't be Ghana. I've seen that. It wouldn't be, bro. I know that let me down, but hey, man, like you said, at least they're there, innit? Like at least they're there. We couldn't even do that. So
what a big mess up in there in a bigger format with more teams.
I know.
The whole Nigeria,
shameless, man.
Damn. But yeah, man. But yeah, we'll cover that properly in the next stream, man. All things World Cup club season done. So yeah, we'll have thingy. Ace has no. I hear it still. I do hear it still. She does have a good point. So
she does.
Yeah, bro. You get me. Best get the Ghana flag ready.
Man, don't watch that. I'm gonna have it posted. Say no more.
But yeah, man. Hey, thanks to anyone who's tuned in. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a longer stream, obviously, just rounding up the season. But yeah, appreciate anyone who's tuned in, whether you've watched or you're gonna watch 30 seconds a minute, half an hour, the whole stream. We appreciate it, man. And yeah, man, that's the end to a club season.
Another season.
Yeah. We done 24-25, which it was a horrible one for me. Finished 15th, lost the Europa League final to Spurs. Yeah, you finished second and got to a Champions League semi-final. This has been better for me, a respectable third. Do you get me? But obviously, it's been great for you because you're Premier League champions. Do you get me?
Got to document that
final. So yeah, let's see what happens. 26-27. Like, do you get me? Let's see. Let's see, man. But yeah, appreciate everyone who's been supporting, and yeah, hope you have a blessed week, man. Ace, any last words?
Nah, man. Thank you to everyone who's joined us, and yeah, another season on YouTube, another season streaming. So now it's been a great journey so far, man. Hopefully, yeah, we go again, man. Make it bigger and better next season. So and we're not done yet. We still got the World Cup. We still got transfers. We still got a lot to talk about, man. So definitely catch us on the next stream, man. So thank you to everyone for all the support as always. Appreciate you.
In a bit, people.